their feelings.
Hurt their feelings? Do you just walk around all day thinking about other people's feelings?
Yeah, don't you?
No.
No.
Hello, good people of the internet. The change in Disney's MCU and Marvel in general, it is coming. Whether it's a change for better or worse, it remains to be seen, but there's no doubt about this. Something is changing. And don't get fooled, people. There is no MCU redemption arc or anything like this. The company, the MCU, is still in huge decline. And so far, I don't see anything positive about this. However, right now, it has become so bad that even mainstream media cannot be silent about this anymore. And this is a huge difference. And I am not even talking about South Park right now, because Panderverse was great. It was amazing, but one could argue that this could be still considered counterculture. That South Park, basically their sole existence is to laugh at everything, is to ruffle the feathers. But no, this is different. As you can see, this is an article. It's titled Crisis at Marvel, Jonathan Majors Backup Plans, The Marvels, Reshoots, Reviving Original Avengers, and more issues revealed. What is interesting about this very piece is that it was published in Variety. And Variety has always been considered by me and other YouTubers as part of Shield Media Group, which means they are basically official yes men for Hollywood entertainment. And if they are changing their ways of writing, well, that means something is really happening and situation in Marvel is really bad. Because if an outlet that is specialized in pandering to Hollywood stars, execs, celebrities suddenly produces article like this, well, that means something will be shifting. Some kind of cultural shift will be coming, because that kind of stuff, they cannot sweep it under the rug anymore. They don't have to give a damn about content produced by YouTubers. They don't have to care about what independent media have to say. However, this kind of thing they cannot ignore. So at first my plan was to make a thorough analysis of this very article and release content about this. However, when I started reading it, one part caught my eye. It was part about Blade and Blade Reboot. How they were supposed to rewrite the story, it was really something unsettling. I have been a fan of Blade, the character, the Daywalker, for years now. When the movie first came out, I watched it with bated breath, have seen it like hundreds of times ever since, Blade 2 as well. And when I read about the reboot, how the movie, the character was supposed to be treated, I just was speechless. That was terrifying how bad at some point the movie was supposed to be looking like. Let me read this for you. As public criticism mounts, Feige, Kevin Feige obviously, is pulling the plug on scripts and projects that aren't working. Case in point, the Blade reboot. With Mahershala Ali, by the way, great replacement, he really looks like Blade and it would make great character, signed on for the eponymous role of a vampire, things looked promising for a 2023 release date. But the project has gone through at least 5 writers, 2 directors and 1 shutdown 6 weeks before production. One person familiar with the script permutations says the story at one point morphed into a narrative led by women and filled with life lessons. Blade was relegated to the 4th lead, a bizarre idea considering that the studio had 2-time Oscar winner Ali on board. Jesus Christ. Yes, there have been reports of Ali that he was ready to exit. over script issues. Apparently, from what I've heard, he was so angry that his character, the iconic character of Blade, wasn't even going to fight very much in his own movie. There were 2 fight scenes in the entire movie, and the rest was female narration about life.
Not a great plan.
Can you imagine that? Comparing this to Wesley Snipes' version? How much of a disaster that would have been? Even Kevin Feige apparently got really angry about this, and we have an update about the story. This spicy article from Bound into Comics has been released very recently, and it's titled "Marvel exec behind Blade reportedly fired because he didn't sound the alarm on film's abysmal direction." It's one of the few times that anyone has actually ever heard Kevin Feige yell at someone. I don't remember reading the news about Kevin Feige yelling at She-Hulk, being suddenly, complete raging feminist, yelling at people catcalling her in the street. I didn't hear Kevin Feige being angry about absolutely terrible way Doctor Strange was sidelined in his own Multiverse of Madness movie. I didn't hear Kevin Feige being angry at directly negating the dying man's wish when Black Panther was supposed to be cast by another actor. That was Chadwick Boseman's wish, by the way. I didn't hear Kevin Feige being angry about that. Maybe he was, but we don't know. However, the Blade remake was supposed to be so bad that even he lost his cool. That's how bad it was. It was in light of this supposed revelation that independent film reporter Jeff Sneider would make a discovery of his own. Speaking to the topic of Blade during the November 1st episode of his and film critic John Rocha's The Hot Mic live show, Sneider informed his co-host that while he was unsure if Seagal's description of the film's current state was 100% accurate, well, we don't know that, obviously, because of constant, changes of script and all that, writers' strike, many factors come into it. He was aware that the executive who is working on Blade basically tried to obscure what was going to be in this draft from the first writer, Stacey Odenfor. He either tried to intentionally obfuscate what the draft was going to entail, said Sneider. Another source put it as he didn't sound the alarm on the process and what trouble the project was in. So basically, no one even bothered to inform Kevin Feige how terrible this was. To this end, the reporter then divulged, and they have been, I'm told, that he was fired, they or he. Weird. Another source said it was a parting of the ways, Sneider noted. I push back against that because I'm like, who leaves Marvel? Right? It's the dream job for most geek executives. I really don't believe there are people like geek executives. Because geeks and nerds are here on YouTube. Executives are money men and make decisions to earn more, to get profit. And in the process of getting that profit, they give us, at least recently, they give us complete crap of a movie, but you know how it is. I don't think a lot of people are living on their own accord. Well, obviously, in Marvel, probably they earn a crapload of money. He further detailed how my source said, and Marvel didn't comment on anything like this, but they said it's one of the few times that anyone has actually ever heard Kevin Feige yell at someone. That was the quote. We could change that to raised voice, but it was one of the few times that this individual had heard Kevin ever raise his voice. Sneider asserted, so the executive on Blade, who I'm not going to name, you can maybe figure out who it is no longer with Marvel, and that is confirmed. Let me read something about the drafts that were made. Those, by the way, have been, or right now, probably they will be rewritten, but look at this. Yes, there were drafts where I think that there were strong female characters. Jesus Christ. He elaborated. You could call them lead characters in a sense. Of course, strong female characters are going to lead the movie, which is titled Blade, and probably they are going to school Blade and tell him how wrong he is at everything, because we have seen that in like countless Marvel MCU movies right now. You know, what is a lead and where do we draw the line? Well, they don't know where to draw the line, like I said. But I think in those drafts, Blade was still very much a lead character. Yeah, just like Doctor Strange was lead in his own movie, right? Or Ant-Man was lead in Quantumania with his own daughter yelling at him. I don't think he was relegated to the fourth lead or that the focus was on anywhere but Blade, but maybe it was Blade and, you know, two strong female characters or whatever it was. Yeah, I'm sure. Believe me, if Marvel put two strong female characters in the movie with Blade, those two female characters would probably have been the leading ones. This is how it worked in the MCU, how it has been working ever since the Endgame. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Another disaster of Marvel's hands, this time stopped temporarily by Kevin Feige himself, but I don't think Blade will be a huge success if they keep going down the same road. If they keep doing rewrites and they keep making Blade so insignificant in his own movie. Because everyone, literally everyone, is going to compare this movie to Wesley Snipes' version. And you know what fan reaction will be.
Some is always trying to ice skate uphill.
I'm sorry for rambling and ranting today, but I really don't like when someone is trying to do with one of my absolutely favorite characters ever in Marvel to what it has been done to previous characters. So sorry if I sound a little bit agitated. See you next time, guys. Let's hope the MCU cultural shift will be for the better, even though, like I said in previous videos, I'm not getting my hopes up. Cheers. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe, drop a like and press the notification bell so you won't miss anything I upload. And if you didn't enjoy this, well, subscribe anyway. At least you will know when there is a new video to actively hate.